Welcome to another episode of New to Me. I'm Stephen Michael Zach, and today we are taking a look at the Pixel 100. This is the wireless transmitter. Now this has two transmitters and one receiver, and they all work together. Full disclosure, this was sent to me by a seller on Amazon, so this was given to me. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. First off, you get this very, very nice case. One thing I will say is that this is how it showed up. It just showed up in an envelope and the case covered with a little bit of bubble wrap. So not really sure why it wasn't in a box, but that's okay. But really nice case, really solid. So first thing, we'll open it up here, and it's got fairly nice padding, you know, decent padding. You get your instructions and warranty, and you get a whole bunch of stuff, and it fits nicely into this case and is very lightweight. Let's go ahead and pull out the transmitter here. Now, one thing I did notice is that these are all scratched up. I don't know if you could see these. So, hey guys, I just want to pause the video right here. Now, I want to tell you these are not used. These are brand new. I was shocked because I thought this screen was scratching very easily, and I contacted the company and they basically said, hey, stupid, take the protective film off. There is a protective film right here. As you can see, it is on so well and it is so thin, I couldn't even tell that it existed. So that's absolutely fine. There's nothing wrong with the display screen. So if you hear me say something about a scratched display screen, just ignore it because it's fine. You just got to take the plastic off it. And back to the review. But let's talk about the transmitter. First off, you get a power button, you get your up and down buttons, which is signified by plus and minus, and you get a set button as well on this side. Now this is the Pixel 100. It is the WM-9 Pro. It is a UHF microphone, which means it runs on UHF signals. Up top, you have the two places to screw on the antennas, which are in the box. And what I love about this receiver here is not only do you get an out, but you also get a headphone jack. So you can monitor your audio. That is something my Sennheiser does not have that I wish it did have. Also, all the locks, you can actually use either straight up 3.5mm jacks, or you can use the 3.5mm jacks that have the element to screw it in just to make it tight. You do get a little bit of you do have like a LED light up here, and swinging around to the side, you have your battery door, which is fairly meh. I mean, these are made of just plastic, so do not drop these. It's not like the Sennheiser that can be used and abused. Don't drop these. These will crack. But you do have a battery door, and they are powered with two AA's. And then on the receiver, you have this thing. One says mix and one says ST. Mix will mix both microphones together. When you flip to ST, what it will do is it will split your microphone. So channel A will be on the right and channel B will be on the left. And that is so that you can then take your split audio, split it in post, and then duplicate it, duplicate each end and basically make it stereo. So it just gives you a little bit better control. Control over things. And again, it comes with this very nice belt clip. It does come with this cold shoe here, and again, not great quality, but it does the trick. And it just simply, fairly easily just snaps on here and you're ready to mount this to your camera. Next, let's take a look at one of the transmitters. Again, you get the same controls. You get your select, your plus minus on off. Also on these, you do get a USB, looks like a USB micro. I think that's for updates. You might be able to power these with a power pack. I will test that out as well. And on the other side, you get of course your battery door, and then you get your high and low. You get your low cut filter. So these do have a low cut filter. And of course you have your LED here and your microphone again with the, you can screw that microphone in if you have one of those, or just go ahead and plug a regular 3.5. And there is a little sticker here that says channel A, and on the other one it says channel B. I don't know if that's going to come off, so I would go ahead and use a silver Sharpie and just mark these so you know which is which if you care to do so. And again, these are made of plastic. They're very lightweight, so I would not drop them. I would be very careful with them. And yeah. So let's take a look inside the box here and see what you get. Because you get a lot of stuff with this, more so than the Sennheiser. First off, you get 2 dead cats for the microphones that are included, and they seem like they're very nice dead cats. You're going to get this little baggie, and everything's in little baggies. I'm going to suggest keeping the box in the baggies because kind of important to make sure you have everything in the kit. You do get an XLR, which is great, and you do get a 3.5mm jack. So already very cool, the wires are included, and you are going to get a microphone with 2 windscreens, and the windscreens are really nice. They seem to really stay on. I love the clip. One thing I don't like, I actually use an Aspen mic, and the clips are not very good because you have to clip the wire and the windscreens fall off all the time, but these seem very well made. It is a nice long cord, and of course you have the attachment there. So you get one, you get your second microphone, and you get your antenna for your receiver. And then inside you get this thing, which I wasn't sure what it was, but it looks like it's a 2.5mm jack adapter, or it's some kind of adapter for monitoring. Not really sure. I think it's 2.5. That's my guess. There's nothing in the instructions as to what this is. And that's it. So let's go ahead and set this thing up and let's take a listen to how it sounds. Okay, so here we are with the setup, and one thing I do want to talk about is just make sure that when you plug the microphones in, that you have it, that it clicks all the way in and then it locks, otherwise your connection will be weak. And you want to make sure that this tightens down. Okay, so let's take a look at the one of the receivers here, and let's go ahead and use channel B, and let's power this thing on. And as you can see, it's already ready to go. If you press the set button once, it will give you the frequency and start flashing. And this thing has 50 channels. As you see, 50 channels. So if there is any interference, you can try one of the 50 channels. That is pretty darn awesome. Loving this. And of course, if you press the power button quickly, it will actually mute the pack. And then press it again and it will unmute the pack. So very cool. Really like the microphone. Excited. Now here I have the transmitter hooked up to my Zoom H1N. And right away, I can hear in the headphones that these are working now. You can press the set button once. You press the set button once, it will allow you to adjust the headphone volume. I have it up all the way to 12. And then again, you will have to fiddle around with it. What you do is you hold down the button and it will start flashing, and then tap it again, and eventually you should get the something that will allow you to control the volume output into your camera, which is super, super awesome. So you can control not only your headphones, but your volume output. And again, this thing has multiple channels. You can swap out the channels, but let's go ahead and start recording on the Zoom. Okay, so let's take a listen to what the microphone sounds like. Now, I do notice, and I don't know if you can hear it on the recording, but while I'm standing here, there is every so often when I'm talking, there's a kind of swishing sound, and I think other people have also had the same problem. Now, I'm not sure whether it's because the transmitters are so close to the receiver. You might be getting interference there. Also, the microphones are just okay. They're fine. They're a little tinny. I am definitely hearing that swishiness when I talk and I stop talking. There's kind of a swish. So I am going to try. I do have the A microphone, the B microphone over here, and then I have my Aspen mic, which I'll plug in afterwards, and you can hear how a different mic sounds. But not too bad. If there is any kind of swishing or any kind of interference, you can try to fix that in post. But right now what you're listening to is you're listening to the mix setting, you're listening to the stereo setting, which is just straight up recording in stereo everything that comes through these mics. So also, if you're going to record into a Zoom, make sure you plug the headphones into the Zoom and make sure that you're not over peaking. Yeah, and even so, even when I stop talking, I can hear the swish of the microphones. So let's go ahead and go to ST mode. And what this is going to do is this is going to actually split the A and B microphone into the right ear channel and the left ear channel. Let's go ahead and kill A. And now what you're hearing is just B. It is a mono signal. And let's go ahead and turn that off, and we'll turn off the B, and now it's coming out the other speaker. Now, why is this a fantastic feature? And I'll go back to mix mode. This is a fantastic feature because if you're recording two people and somebody is louder than the other, or you just want to work with the individual voice channels, what you can do is take the left and right channel recorded in the ST mode, split that in post, and then duplicate it and make it stereo again so that you have each person separate. It allows you to separate the two people that you're recording. That is a fantastic feature. Also, if you want a safety track, if you want a safety, you want maybe make this a little bit louder and make this a little bit softer, you're going to have some control over the volume so that you're not going to overpeak. So all in all, this is a terrific system. It is very, very usable. I'm going to go ahead and let's swap out. I'm going to turn off B here. And I am going to switch to my Aspen mic. I am still getting that swish sound. When I talk a lot, I'll be talking, and then at the end, it's not as pronounced. I don't know, again, if it's because of the proximity here or not. I do know that other people have actually said something about that. So let me go ahead and change mics. Okay, and now I've switched to my Aspen mic, and as you could hear, that swishiness, that kind of sound after I finish talking is pretty much gone. I don't hear it as much. Actually, not hearing it at all. And you could hear that, this mic is a lot better. The mics that come with the Pixel set, they're not the best. They're perfectly fine, and they'll absolutely do the job. But they are, to me, a little tinny sounding, and this has a much nicer quality. I also have a very deep voice, so this is a mic that's very good for somebody with a deep voice. It really brings out that low, and I happen to really like the Aspen mics. But with that being said, even if you use the kit mics, this is absolutely perfect. So let's go ahead and I will give you my final thoughts on this system. Okay, so my final thoughts on the Pixel 100 is, for under $300, this is a great starter kit. Now, my personal preference, I don't like the microphones that it came with, so I will replace the microphones, but you can replace the microphones. You can get good sounding ones for about 20 bucks on Amazon, and I'll leave a link to a whole bunch of microphones that I like. But all in all, this is a fantastic system. The fact that you can monitor your audio right from the receiver, and you have output control and you also have volume control built into the receiver is fantastic. Now these are a Ceremonica clone, and they work, and I've used Ceremonica stuff before and they work just as well. I really like these. Again, you have to be careful with them. They are plastic, but they are fairly well made and they will do the job. So that's it. Very excited to have these. I will probably end up using these more than my Sennheiser. One, because I don't have to worry about these because they're so cheap. I don't have to worry about them getting wrecked. And two, when I do interviews, usually I'm interviewing more than one person, or I want that safety track. And I love the fact that it actually splits the audio. That is a great help for anyone who's going to be shooting any kind of film or interview or whatever. So that's it. Let me know what you thought, and let me know if you have a wireless and what you use. And that's it. I am just very impressed with this brand. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit the bell button to be notified when we post brand new videos. I'm Stephen Michael Zach, and this is new to me.